What's going on, Houston fans? I am uh, currently watching the Braves and Miami Marlins right now. I think this was a very surprising, um, of a surprising series. A lot of us didn't expect to see um, Miami, go this far, especially into the playoffs. I think we all, definitely all of us assumed, oh, Miami's just gonna have another another season that they almost have basically every year now. But they're in the postseason and they're playing the Braves right now. It is currently scoreless in the bottom of the second, 2-2 count to Ozzy Albies with one out. Braves leading that series 1-0. But we are now getting into our Astros A's pregame show. I've not actually done a pregame show just yet on my channel. Um, I definitely I want to get into what I'm expecting to see today, who I'm expecting to come through, and my predictions for today. So let's get right in. So the Astros and the A's today. It is Jesus Luzardo starting for the A's today. Luzardo having a great, uh, hasn't had a bad season against the Astros. He's struggled this season with his ERA. His numbers aren't where you'd expect to see them, but he's probably one of Oakland's top guys right now. I think Mania he should have probably started game two, and Mania probably should have started this game. But I think what we're talking about a little more today is how can the Astros win this game? How can they sweep the Oakland A's today? Well, it's going to be tough because it's tough to sweep the A's. We haven't done it this season. Uh, we only won 3 games against the A's out of 10 games, and that was a sixth of our games this season. We went 7-3 against the A's, but so far we've boosted that record. If you include the regular season and the postseason, we've boosted that record up to 5-7. So I like what I'm seeing from the Astros so far. The starting lineups: George Springer at center field, Jose Altuve at second base, Michael Brantley at left field, Alex Bregman at third base, Carlos Correa at shortstop, Kyle Tucker as the right fielder, Yuli Gurriel as the first baseman, Aledmus Diaz at DH, and Martin Maldonado at catcher. I mean, this is just the typical lineup that you expect to see from the Astros. This means that Josh Reddick will be absent today, which I think helps the Astros because he made too many mistakes yesterday, and that is Dansby Swanson is just homered now. I'm watching on TV. Dansby Swanson hits a home run just now, so it's 1-0 Braves in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. But anyways, sorry. Back to what I was saying. I'm gonna keep you all posted with that, by the way, just in case the Braves or the Marlins score. This is a lineup that we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing top four guys: Springer, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, hitting in some kind of order. We're expecting to see the bottom 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's kind of it's very diverse how many players we've used in those spots, and basically all of our spots this season. Uh, Carlos Correa has been hot in the postseason so far, and so I think that's definitely a wise choice to put him higher in the order. Yuli Gurriel has struggled this season, and it doesn't seem like he's doing much in the playoffs. So it's probably wise to put him closer to the bottom. Aledmus Diaz hasn't played much, so yes, definitely keep him down. Uh, he may or may not get a few hits today. I don't know. We never really know with Aledmus, so we'll have to see about him. I'm hoping to see big things from Kyle Tucker today. I want him to prove that, he may not be rookie of the year caliber, but he's going to be he can still be one of the many faces of the MLB in the coming years. So I'm hoping that he'll have a big day today and help us eliminate the A's in this 2020 season. As the A's have had probably one of their best seasons that they've had in a while this season, really. Winning their division over the Astros, who had won that division 3 straight years. But now we have the chance to take the series from the A's and advance to the ALCS for the 4th straight time. That's what we want to see. We all know that's what we want to see. We want to see the Astros at least make it to the ALCS. I didn't want this to just be, okay, we'll win the wild card and then lose in the ALDS. That's not what I wanted to see. Do I mind if the Astros lose in the ALCS? Sure. I mean, I never really expected the Astros to go to the World Series this year. It would be awesome to see the Astros finish as one of the top 4 teams in the MLB this season, because I still think they are a top 5 team. Because as the saying goes, the regular season does not matter. It does not matter. The playoffs is what matters. So this is a crucial game for the Astros, and at the same time, it's not a huge deal if they lose. A sweep of the A's would be major on the Astros' part today. So we definitely need to try to just close out the series today, hold down their big hitters. I don't know if Matt Chapman's playing today. If not, that's going to really hurt the A's. He hasn't played at all this postseason. So if they did start him, I could understand him being maybe cold a little bit. But, we got to shut down their big hitters. Marcus Semien, Ramon Laureano. We even got to shut down the power hitters too. And okay, never mind. I thought that there's a Darno. I thought the Braves just hit back-to-back jacks. That was awesome. No, I was wrong though, because they caught it at the wall. That was a bad pitch. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. This NLDS is just probably just as interesting as the ALDS. But anyways, we need to shut down their big hitters. Mark Canha is another guy. We need to shut down the power hitters too. Chris Davis, Matt Olson, Sean Murphy, kind of. We need to get these guys out. Chad Pender, get these guys out. You gotta breeze through these guys today. 27 outs and a few runs and just little runs, little given up runs is all you need today to win this game. It's going to be tough because the A's have a good offense. Maybe not average-wise, but, they always seem to score really big. And it makes me wonder, do a lot of their hitters have, just meh averages this season than they did last season, because they seem to only come around in, big instances. If they're in the bottom of the ninth, they'll walk it off, home run, boosts their average up a little bit, but doesn't get them over that I'm still as good as I was hump. So that's why because I always look at that A's lineup and I'm like, how are they this good with the hitting? Because it seems like they're scoring 5-6 runs a game. But it's gonna be a challenge today to try to finish them off. I mean, Luzardo's always been pretty good against us. 14 strikeouts. It's scary to see a guy like that on the mound, and especially when you see his stats against us. When they're stacked against you, it's you don't even want to look. So, we need to seriously go off on this guy. And Urquidy needs to have a good game. I think I'm not really worried about Urquidy, quite honestly. Uh, he always seems to kind of get out of intense situations. So I'm hoping that maybe 1 or 2 runs today, 6 innings or so, 5, 6 innings. I'll take that because today is all about closing out the A's. That's all it is. Closing out the A's. That is the Astros' job today. Now, if the Astros lose, like I've been saying, it's not going to be a huge letdown. It's not going to be a dent uh, in our chances. We're still up 2-1, but that will just make the pressure a little higher tomorrow if necessary. It's it's good to see that our hitters are coming through so far. We've both games we've combined for 15 runs in this series so far, while Oakland at seven. It's 7 runs for Oakland, 15 for the Astros this series. My advice to Astros hitting today: Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve, you need to come through. Alex Bregman, you need to come through. Who else? Yuli, you need to come through. We need our guys who have struggled this season with hitting to come through today. George Springer came through yesterday. Carlos Correa came through on Monday. We seriously need to win this game. Game faces here, Astros. This is no joke. And to me, honestly, it kind of seems like the Astros didn't really take the regular season seriously, considering how well they've hit so far this postseason. I know some people may say, "Oh, they're cheating again." They're definitely not, because I can tell you right now, if they were cheating, they'd have a lot better record than 29-31. So I don't think that the Astros really took the regular season that seriously. You know, it's a 60-game season. It's not that big of a deal. Just try to get as far as you can in the playoffs, and then just prepare for 2021 because that's when it really matters. It would probably matter a lot more though if the Astros won the World Series this year. I'm not gonna lie, it would definitely matter to everybody because you know you get so much hate from everybody, and then immediately after you come back and you're almost there back in the ALCS, and that means you're a series away from going back to back World Series. We're the defending AL champs, and we have a chance of defending that title if we win today and we win. If we win the ALCS, that's what I'm hoping. We need to win the series. This is crucial. The Astros have no reason to lose this series. You don't take the first 2 games of an ALDS and then just choke every time, because it seems like the last 2 times that the Astros went to the ALDS, they struggled to close them out, and they always kind of had that problem in the LDS. 2015, I don't know why I stuck up 2 fingers. It was 2015. The Astros led the Royals in the ALDS 2 games to 1. The Astros were on the verge of taking down the champions that year. The Royals would go on to win the World Series that year over the New York Mets. But the Astros were up 2-1 in that series, and we were a few innings away from advancing. We had a few runs. I think we were up like 7-4, 7-3, and we had a meltdown on defense and on pitching. A meltdown. And the Royals went on to beat us, and then they went on to win the series in 5. That was disappointing to see because, you come so close and then immediately the dreams are shattered. So it just comes to show that it's not over till it's over. That's my message to the Astros. It's not over till it's over. So if you want to get out in front of the A's today by like 3 or 4, you gotta, it's not over till it's over, guys. You gotta keep grinding. Gotta keep grinding. I'm predicting to see Altuve come through today. I'm predicting that maybe Yuli may get a hit or two. I'm predicting that some hitters who have struggled with hitting this season will come through. And I got to tell you, my prediction, I got a few. I'm not really sure on what to decide. I think I'm between two. I'm going to say today either A's 5, Astros 3, or Astros 6, A's 4. I don't know. Because both, it seems like the score that's going to happen today. It seems like one of those games. And going back to that 2015, ALDS, the Astros went back and they won the World Series in 2017. But, hate to break it to you guys, he almost lost that. You almost made that ALDS too close. Astros Red Sox in the 2017 ALDS. Astros were up 2-0. Game 3, they get a kind of early lead, and then the pitching shuts down. Red Sox end up, routing the Astros in that game. I think the Red Sox scored 10 runs in that game, while the Astros scored only like 3. So that was very disappointing to see. Then the 2018 ALDS, we swept, and I'm not going to say anything bad about this because we actually didn't struggle at all with that series. We swept the Indians in the ALDS 2018, shut down their pitching and their hitting. It was just, I loved watching that ALDS. Maybe not so much the ALCS because the Astros lost that 4-1 against the Red Sox, who would then go on to win the World Series that year. But in 2019, last year, the Astros were up 2-0 on the Rays last season. And we lose both games in Tampa. And Tampa forces a Game 5. Astros would go on to win that series, of course. But it's just scary. It's scary seeing, these teams come at you after you're up 2-0. You're only one game away. And, you kind of shrug it off. You're like, okay, one loss isn't that bad. But when they tie the series, it's a different story. So that's why I'm telling the Astros, you got to close out today. It's not that big. It's not that crucial of a game, but it's kind of both because I'm actually between both. It's crucial and it's not crucial. It's both. We're going to call it just neutral. It's a neutral game. If we do win today, we will await the winner of the Yankees-Rays series, which is currently tied at 1 apiece. I watched the Yankees-Rays game last night. That was a game. That may have been one of the longest games I've ever watched, or maybe it just felt like that. It was. I don't want to play the Yankees again. I definitely don't want to play the Yankees again. That is probably the biggest team that has annoyed me. That's the team that's annoyed me the most. It's just they're so annoying the way they keep coming back to the LCS. And we beat them twice. Once cheating, once without cheating. And it just makes me think, if they come back to the LCS and we're going to have to play them, can we beat them? I don't know. So I'm hoping the Rays can win that series because I think the Astros can beat the Rays. Rays have great pitching. Their hitting is really good too. I saw the Yankees last night. But I think the reason the Yankees lost that game was because of poor managerial decisions from Aaron Boone. Started Davey Garcia, and pulls him after one inning. I don't think Garcia even got hurt. Boone's just said, "All right, I gotta go to somebody else." But apparently Boone wasn't liking what he was seeing, even though Garcia was doing fine. Brings in J.A. Happ, and Happ has an absolute meltdown. Then Stanton hits 2 home runs. It was tied at 1 apiece, and then Happ has his meltdown. It's 5-1. Stanton hits a grand. No, not 5-1. It's what was it? He was 6-1. Yeah, 6-1. Stanton hits a grand slam. Or no, I got this completely wrong. I'll never get that where it's like you're keeping up with a score and then you think back and you're like, wait, that's not how it went. So it was tied 1-1, right? And then, or no, it wasn't a grand slam. It was a 3-run number. So yeah, I was right before. It was 5-1, and Stanton blasts his second. I mean, he blasted it. Second home run of the game. That would make it 5-4, and then we'd go a few scoreless innings. Rays would get 2 more, it'd be 7-4. And then, Yankees kind of put a little something together in the 9th inning. Almost got 2 walks aboard. They did score a run, beating him 7-5, but then a ground out by Aaron Judge ended that game. It was it was just really weird seeing Boone take out Garcia after 1 inning. And I was watching one of those, how that's like I've done it before. The reaction channels where, they react to the games. So like huge fans. It was a Yankee fan, and he was reacting to the Yankees game last night live. And I was looking at his chat, and they were just going crazy on why. They're like, why did Boone take out Garcia? And that just makes me wonder. The Astros, makes me wonder, could something like that happen to the Astros? And I think no, because the Astros trust their pitchers. I don't think Boone really trusted Garcia for some reason last night, but the Astros are trusting Jose Urquidy today. They are trusting him to have a quality start, the needed start to win this series, to keep the Astros undefeated in the playoffs so far. I'd love to see it. Love to see the Astros sweep the A's after the A's dominated us in the regular season. Because, everyone was talking about, the Astros are so bad with the A's. Man, the A's are gonna dominate this division. They're gonna dominate them if they play them in the playoffs. Well, so far that's not the case. Now, I'm not going to say, I think the Astros are going to win the series. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to say that I think the Astros will lose the series, because I don't want to say anything. I've had this stuff happen before. Like I brought up earlier, the Rays-Astros game. The Rays-Astros series in the ALDS last season. Astros were up 2-0. They lost both games in Tampa. Tampa forces a Game 5. Astros won it easily in Game 5. But when you're up 2-0 and you have a team that seems to kind of struggle closing out series in the playoffs, you need to seriously just stay quiet. You got to stay quiet, because it's saying stuff like, this is easy. We're going to win this totally. You never know. It's not over till it's over. That's the theme of today. It's not over till it's over. Just because y'all are up 2-0 doesn't mean the hard work is over. So far, yeah, y'all have looked really good. Offenses look good. Pitching has looked, for the most part, good. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Win today. You're in the LCS. You get a lot of rest, because I think that Yankees-Rays series is going to go for a while, unless maybe the unless the Yankees win tonight. I think the Yankees actually may take that series if they win tonight, or I don't know. I think tonight's game, Yankees-Rays, determines the game. Tonight it's Charlie Morton for the Rays and Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees. And I got to tell you, the Yankee fans in that chat last night that I was watching, they were going, man, I can't believe Boone didn't start Tanaka. And it makes you wonder, you know, the Astros aren't going to have this problem though, because like I said earlier, Boone had a problem with Garcia for some reason. He started him, but yet he had a problem with him pretty early. But when it comes to the Astros, we don't have that problem. Jose Urquidy is going to be completely trusted today. He was trusted by Dusty Baker in the Twin Series, and he had a pretty. I'm going to say it was a pretty solid start. So his job today, 5 innings at least. You need at least 5 innings today out of Urquidy. Offense needs to get going pretty early. I want to get an early lead. That's what we did yesterday, and we kept that lead until the very end. It was great to see. And it would also be great to see the number 3 seed taken down by the number 6 seed. But I mean, it's the Astros, and the Astros are, in my eyes, one of the great teams in the MLB right now. Maybe not record wise, but talent wise, yeah. And we have this talent that can drive the A's into the ground. So let's relax. Let's prepare. Practices are going underway right now. Game starts in about half an hour. I am ready. Let's do this. Astros A's Game 3. I will be doing a review on this game after it is over, probably sometime tonight. So I think that's about it. So Astros A's today, Urquidy versus Luzardo. Let's see how it goes. That is going to do it for the stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the stream, please subscribe. And go ahead and just hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below, or type in the chat right now if you want to. What are your predictions for Game 3? How many innings is Urquidy going? Who's going to come through? Who's your MVP predictions for the game? And, who do you see the Astros playing in the ALCS if they do advance today? So, once again, like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. I will see you later, Astros fans, baseball fans, everybody. Go Astros. Later, guys.